friends. It is a Sunday morning, and I thought I would relax by doing some crafting as I sip my tea. So feel free to join me. I'm drinking orange tea from Trader Joe's. Delicious. I really like sweet teas. So we are on my dining table. This is where I usually work on any crafts that I have. And today I thought I would continue working on my little felt owls. I think I mentioned this craft project during my last craft video where I was working on my miniature library. So I got this little kit for felt owls, I think maybe like 2 years ago, from my husband, because he likes to give me presents to keep me busy every time he goes on a trip. I've mentioned before that he's English, so he travels to the UK quite often. And I get lonely and bored at home by myself. So this is his way of helping. So I actually had already made a little felt owl when I first got this kit, and this is what he looks like. I had never used felt before in my life before trying this little owl out. So I'm no expert, but I think it came out pretty cute anyway. You'll see later, I'll show you how the kit comes with instructions, but I actually found them pretty hard to follow, so I just found a tutorial on YouTube from a YouTuber that I don't think has anything to do with this company. Her name is Shada Campbell. If you are interested in seeing her needle felt owl tutorial or any of her other videos, I'll make sure to link her video down below. Originally, I was thinking that I was missing mommy owl or daddy owl for this little felt owl, but upon looking at how much felt I have left in the box, I'm actually thinking maybe I'll use this one as mommy owl, and I'll try to make an itsy bitsy tinier version of this one to be baby owl. In case you're interested, this company is called Wool Buddy, and this kit is the needle felting owl kit. It says it makes 2 owls, size 2 to 3 inches. So I think that's almost what mine might be, maybe. Yeah, maybe about 2.5 inches. Let's see, it says includes very sharp felting needles, not recommended for children under age 8. And on the inside, they have a QR code and a link for their own tutorial. But I feel like the little owl that I saw on the YouTube tutorial looked cuter than the one the company had anyway. Nothing on the back. Yeah, and then in case you didn't want to watch their video, they also include some pictures here with the steps. But again, because I had never used felt before, just looking at the pictures, I actually found it a bit difficult to understand what they meant in each step. So. Okay, so let me show you what else comes inside the box. You get a lot of white felt. And also a little bit of different color felts. We have dark brown, light brown, green, yellow, black, and this one might be sort of like aquamarine, turquoise. I don't know how to pronounce that color. So I think, oh, and I forgot to show you, there's also a little, I guess needle that comes in the box. Oh, there's two actually, but they both look the same size. Or maybe to my untrained eye, they both look the same. So I'll just leave one in there. Okay. Now, like I said, I'm no expert, so this is not a tutorial by any means. This is just me having fun, trying to relax. Okay. Well, the other owl I made, like I said, like maybe 2 years ago. So I actually don't even remember what I did, but somehow it turned out pretty cute, I think. So I think I'm just gonna start by fluffing up some felt, and that makes quite a bit of a mess. I know it's white, so you probably can't see it that well, but okay, so maybe I'll start by making a white ball. And honestly, every time I watch those felting videos, it just looks like they just poke at it and poke at it and poke until it looks good. Ouch, I just poked myself. Okay, maybe don't. If you're bruises, random bruises that just appear out of nowhere. So yeah, it's pretty normal for me. Okay, this one feels a bit more sturdy, so I think maybe I'll add some more felt. Okay, maybe let's see if that works. Oh my god, I'm so afraid of I'm so afraid of poking my finger again. I'm always curious as to what hobbies other people have. I have a best friend who has so many hobbies. She likes running a lot and runs like half marathons and I think even a marathon all over the place. She lives here in New York, so she's done many in New York, but she even did, I think, like the Berlin Marathon last year. And she has so many hobbies. Like all the time she's doing random different things. She like recently started going to rug making classes. And now her apartment has like 5 different really cool rugs. And she started a book club, which I join, and that's really fun. I sort of wish I had a more consistent hobby. You know, one that I do often enough to actually get good at. But I don't think I do. Oh, well, YouTube. And maybe if I do it long enough, I'll get better at it. 'Cause it's honestly quite a big learning curve. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I'm gonna start trying to give it a bit of a neck. Yeah, see how if I poke it a lot on that side, it starts giving it a bit of a neck. Recently, I also started working out, and I mean very recently, literally just this week. I think I had shared before in one of my videos that I'm not really a fan of exercise because my job is pretty active, and by the time I get out of work, I'm already tired. You know, maybe people who have like office jobs, they like feel the need after being sat at a desk for the whole day to be active, but if anything, I feel the opposite. I feel like after a long day's work, I just need to couch potato a bit, veg out on the sofa. But recently I just, was listening a lot to the benefits of exercise, and I thought to myself, oh, maybe I'll make the effort. Working on this project actually reminds me of a book I read with my kids at school. It's called Baby Owl. And it's a book about an owl who doesn't like being a nocturnal animal because he sees how all the other kids, like human kids, get to be awake during the day about the back being cute because I thought, well, I was gonna see the back. But it seems that maybe I can start with a mild layer and then just sort of make it bigger as I go. I think maybe, should I start at the top? I think I'll start at the top. I have you propped up on like a necklace, one of those like necklace holders for your camera. I'm not sure if that was the best idea because I feel like the poking is making the camera move quite a bit. Okay, and I think over here I sort of want to give it sort of a curve for the wing. Okay, let me try to maybe give it sort of like a curve here as well. Oops. Okay, a curve for the head, and then a curve for the wing. This wing part is a little tricky because I think the felt is a little too like wrinkled. It has a fold on that part. Okay, I actually think I'm gonna need a bit more, at least for the bottom part, so that I can have a little neat, have it look a little neater on the bottom. I don't know how your September is going, but so far September has been like one of the busiest months I've had this year. It usually is the case because I'm a teacher, and so September is when, the school year starts up again, and that means that you have to set up your classroom and make new materials, and this year my school is implementing new curricula, so all of the curricula is new, and I'm familiar with it, so it takes more time to plan and prep for everything. And so I think I've been neglecting a few things. Like, for example, I can't even remember when was the last time I did chores, and like vacuumed or mopped my apartment. I think it's been quite a few weeks. Usually I do it every Saturday. So I think my goal for October is to just have a better work-life balance now that the school year is on its way. Maybe I can start dedicating a bit more time to my home and my family. I know even my husband mentioned I have him a little forgotten when the school year starts, so that's the goal. Okay, so let me show you what we're working with so far. And same on the other side. I think I did this a bit too with the other one I made to try to like frame the face and the wing. This was supposed to be Mommy Owl, but now it's looking a bit bigger than Daddy Owl, but that's okay. That's okay. It feels so fluffy, like you could just maybe compress it. But let's move on to the face framing. I'm not sure I want to frame it with the aquamarine I had used for that. I sort of feel like maybe I should frame the face. Just keep it with this one. Okay, let's do that. I'll try to do a bit of a heart shape to frame the face. At this point, it just sort of looks like I'm giving her a beard. I don't know how people on YouTube manage to make it look so easy. Like the Feld tutorials. They sort of just like, poke a couple of times and make it look like it's all done. And I find myself like poking for like 30 minutes to make it look somewhat decent. I wish I had a holder. Okay. Oops. So recently, my best friend, the one I was telling you about, who likes running races and making rugs, she got me into watching Gilded Age. Is that the name of it? I think it is. I've just watched the first 2 episodes, but I'm really enjoying it. So I'll continue watching. I think it has 3 seasons, so I don't think it's a new show. I really like period pieces, because I really enjoyed like Bridgerton, and my husband was telling me it's pretty similar to Downton Abbey, though that one I actually never watched. Oops, sorry, I keep forgetting to look at the camera and make sure you also have a good angle. Okay, I feel like the bottom framing is looking good, and I think I just need to give it more of like a Cupid's bow, is that what they call it? To the top part of the head. Maybe I should just leave it like that. Call it a fashion choice. I apologize if there's too many cuts in this video. But I think I've mentioned this before. My living room is the noisiest area of my apartment. But I think it's the most comfortable area to do like stuff like this, because otherwise my only other choice is just my bedroom, which just has my bed and then the rug on the floor, where sometimes I do record on the rug. Actually, most times I think I record on the rug. You're probably very familiar with my white rug at this point. Oh, let me tell you the story about that rug, by the way. So my husband and I were looking at different rug websites, and we found a rug that we really like, which was the white rug you've seen in many of my videos in the past. It sort of has like a little cloud effect. It has bumps and is very fluffy and white. so we got it. I can't even remember how much for, but I don't know. Rugs are pretty expensive, right? I think maybe it was like 700 or something like that. And then after the rug had arrived, maybe after like 2 days, only 2 days of having that rug, we saw the same rug at another company's website for like half the price that we had paid. And we were like, wait, what's going on? So then we decided to buy that one. And we said, let's just check to see what the quality is like. And if the quality is the same, then, we can just send the more expensive one back, like return it. And that's what we did. We bought the less expensive rug, and when it arrived, it was just the same. It was the same quality. It actually, if you looked under the rug, on the tags where it says where it was made and everything, it looked like it had been made even in the same factory. Okay, let's do one right smack in the middle, like a belly button. Every time I'm doing this, I'm afraid the needle is gonna poke through the back and hit me, so I think maybe I'll just put it over the table like that. Okay, let's do another one. I feel like you sort of like overestimate how much felt you're gonna need, because even when I picked the amount of white felt, I thought that I would end up with a little owl half the size of this one, and of course that wasn't the case. Okay, maybe that one was a bit too big, but that's okay. Let me take, I guess, like a super itty bitty small piece, because I keep making them too big. Okay. I like to make this sort of symmetrical. So my original idea for these little felt owls, like at least 2 years ago when I made the first one, was to maybe put some string on them and turn them into Christmas tree ornaments. But I ended up not doing that, and I just laid them on, like as decor, on one of our living room tables. But maybe now that I have 2 of them, I'll go with the Christmas tree ornament idea. Okay, just 2 more. Oh man, I don't think that looks very symmetrical. Well, I'm trying my best. And your best is good enough. Okay, friends, I finished the last 2 polka dots, and this is what our little mommy owl is looking like now. Okay, so for her eyes and her beak, I think I'm gonna use the same colors as Daddy Owl. I'm gonna go with black for her eyes and yellow for her beak. I think for the eyes, maybe I'll use the same amount of felt as for the little polka dots. I think it may have been this. Maybe less. We can always add on later. I think I have learned it's better to make things small and then add on more felt than to make it bigger, because then it's way first, when you do one of these, it looks like way too deep in. But later on, what I do is I just poke the rest of the head, like the areas around it, and then it looks better. It evens out. Okay, now let me try to make it more symmetrical. Okay. Okay. I think that looks good, right? Yeah. And again, I'm gonna do a beak, and then I'm gonna poke the rest of the head so it doesn't look too, I don't know what word I'm looking for. Too like, it's almost like it swallowed, the face looks like it swallowed the eyes. Okay. Let's see. For the beak, maybe I'll try to do almost like a triangular shape, I think is what I tried to do last time. Okay, what about that? Okay, that looks good. Okay, I think that looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna poke it all over the face so that the face evens out. Okay, I'm gonna do one last poke all around to make sure everything and all the little felt pieces are really tight off camera, because the camera jumps too much when I do that, and then I'll show you the final result. Okay friends, I am done using these color felts, so I'm going to put them away neatly in the bag again. And I'll put the needle back. Originally, the kit said that it would make 2 owls, but I've already made 2 owls, and I think because I made them smaller than 3 inches, I think I have enough felt for maybe one last owl if I do make it a very small baby owl. Let me show you what our owls are looking like. I think this one turned out pretty good as well. You know, considering the fact that I'm not very experienced when working with felt. This one turned out a bit bigger, so I'll call this Daddy Owl, and this one can be Mommy Owl. I think they both look really good. I'll show you them from the sides. This one is a little squished, but that's okay. I think mostly you look at them from the front. Let's take one last sip of tea. As per usual, I forgot about my tea. Okay, friends, thank you so much for accompanying me as I did some crafts this very cozy Sunday morning. If you like this video, maybe at some point I'll do a part 2 and make the third little baby owl